Dear participants, guests, ladies and gentlemen, while I unfortunately could not join you today in Almaty, I'm very pleased to welcome you all to the closing festival of the We Almaty project. We Almaty is a 3-year project which received a grant from the EU following a competitive call for proposals to promote the so-called territorial approach to local development. The project is implemented by British Council in close cooperation with the Almaty City Akimat, Almaty Development Centre and the Kazakh British Technical University. The project's main objective was to help the city of Almaty to realize its 2020 development vision around culture, business and active citizenship by supporting local authority leaders to work with civil society to transform Almaty into a modern city of international level, comfortable for life. This is done through improving the dialogue between civil society, private sector, and the local administration by enhancing skills and providing financial support for citizen-led projects. The We Almaty project is fully aligned with the recent State of the Nation address. On the 2nd of September 2019, President Tokayev emphasized that political reforms are required for the sustained economic progress the country needs to achieve its goal of joining the top 30 most developed countries. The aim is a modern and effective listening state responsive to the concerns and ambitions of the Kazakh people, and in turn, providing them with the opportunity to find solutions to the challenges the country faces. It is a political process in which a genuine two-way dialogue is not just encouraged, but essential. This understanding is built on the Kazakhstan National Plan on 100 concrete steps adopted back in May 2015, particularly steps number 97, 98 and 99. As you know, step 97 calls for empowering citizens to participate in the decision-making process through development of local governance. Step 98 envisages the introduction of independent budgets for local governments in rural areas, villages and towns, and mechanisms to allow citizens to participate in discussing the best way to spend the budget. Step 99 calls for strengthening the role of public councils under state agencies and akims. The public councils have a crucial role to perform in the development and implementation of strategic plans and regional development programs, as well as local budgets. As part of the We Almaty project, the Challenge Fund was established to support citizen-led projects aimed at reducing poverty and promoting local growth and development through social, creative, and entrepreneurial innovation in Almaty. The fund's total budget of 50,000 euros is divided into units of up to 5,000 each. As a result of 2 competitive calls for proposals, 10 winners were selected, and we could already observe good progress and tangible outcomes achieved by them as of today. These developments are very concrete steps contributing to the implementation of the more broadly defined 100 concrete steps. I have been very pleased with how the project team organized its work to achieve some tangible results for the benefit of Almaty's residents and visitors. I am sure that, like me, you will get inspiration from the project's success stories. For instance, thanks to the We Almaty project, the Karasu Lake project was able not only to establish good contacts with the city authorities to regenerate an abandoned area of 800 square meters and to create a smart public space in the form of an amphitheater by the Karasu Lake, but also eventually receiving funding from the Almaty Akimat in the amount of 9 million Kazakh tenge. Another inspiring project, Tasarruf, installed eco-boxes for separate waste collection in public and private institutions. The project also created media content to promote an eco-culture among school children of preschool age and youth, and worked to educate and motivate people to recycle through a mobile application which contains a map of all separate waste collection offices, provides personal garbage collection statistics for users, and uses a gamified process with points for recycling and rankings. You will learn more about these and other citizen-led projects from the project team in the course of today's festival. Allow me to say a few words now about EU-Kazakhstan relations. The EU established diplomatic relations with Kazakhstan back in 1993. The signature of the EU-Kazakhstan Enhanced Partnership and Cooperation Agreement, the EPCA, in 2015 paved the way for an enhanced political dialogue and cooperation in key policy areas such as justice and home affairs, economic and financial cooperation, energy, transport, environment and climate change, employment and social affairs, culture, education and research. This new agreement puts a strong emphasis on democracy and the rule of law, human rights and cooperation with civil society. Over the past 25 years, the EU has progressively become Kazakhstan's leading trade partner, with about 50% of its total external trade. The EU is also the largest investor in Kazakhstan. Over the past 25 years, through bilateral development assistance to Kazakhstan, the EU has funded more than 350 projects for the total amount of over 180 million euros. As a higher middle-income country, Kazakhstan does not benefit from the bilateral development assistance any longer, but it remains eligible for funding under EU regional and global programs. As part of our cooperation with the government, the European Union has always recognized and provided relevant support to civil society organizations as well as to local authorities. This is done because centrally led top-down development policies and programs alone cannot succeed in addressing the complexities of sustainable development and fighting poverty, and also because civil society organizations and local authorities are development actors in their own right. Civil society organizations represent a crucial and integral component of any democracy, as they have the capacity to empower, represent, defend, and reach out to vulnerable and socially excluded groups, including minorities. They can also promote economic and human development, as well as social cohesion and innovation. The complementarity between civil society organizations and local authorities is very well recognized in Kazakhstan. Since the spring of 2015, when the 100 concrete steps in the national plan was adopted, the government has been carrying out significant institutional reforms to transfer a range of political powers, including revenue raising, responsibilities in service delivery, and financial, human, and administrative resources from the center to local authorities. I am very proud of the fact that the EU this way could contribute to the empowerment of civil society in Kazakhstan's largest city through the We Almaty project. It will enhance the capacity of the Almaty city administration and members of the local community by strengthening civil engagement building a shared understanding of local development priorities and finding equitable practical solutions to pressing issues. Going a bit ahead, I would like to express my deepest appreciation to the Akhmet of Almaty City for the recognition of the project's achievements that is expressed in the appreciation letter from the Akhmet to the European Union. On behalf of the EU delegation in Kazakhstan, I wish you all the best in learning from the experiences and success stories of the We Almaty project and then applying them in your work and life. Akhmet.